We've still got a fair way to go in our season as Juve manager, but right now things are looking very good in the league. We are sat second, a big 6 points behind Napoli, who are top of the table, but we are also, 3 points clear of third place Sassuolo, 4 points clear of Atalanta, 5 points clear of Inter and Bologna. So Champions League is looking likely. We need to close that gap to Napoli to try and get ourselves into a title fight as well. In today's episode, though, we're going to be doing 3 matches. Sporting in the Champions League last 16. And also, we're going to be playing a league game against, I'm going to go with Verona. I think that's the one we're going to play. In between episodes, we have played 3 further matches, winning 2, drawing 1, beating Torino and beating Udinese fairly comfortably. And then a 2-2 draw against Milan, which actually on paper isn't very good because Milan are a mid-table team in this save at the moment. We probably should have won this. I did play Perrin for some reason in goal and I don't know why. So for the away leg of the Champions League against Sporting, we are kind of hamstrung a little bit due to injuries, but we've still got a pretty strong side. It's going to be Hedl in goal. De Sciglio starts as right back because Wrench is injured. Bremer, Danso and Danilo round out the defence. McKennie and Fagioli in midfield. Chiesa and Kostic on the wings. Danny Motta and Dusan Vlahovic up front for this one. We don't have Milik fully fit. He's currently injured and I don't think I'm going to be bringing him off the bench. Do you know what we could do? And it's a risk. Stick Paul Pogba up front. He's got 18 first touch, 14 finishing. You know what? He might be able to do a job up front. Oh, marvellous. Sporting are playing that formation where you've got 7 defenders, aren't they? I hate that formation. I know teams play it in real life and all, but it's very frustrating to try and break down. Hopefully, we have got the players to be able to do that, but that's ridiculous. We've got 3 centre-backs and 4 defensive midfielders, essentially. Nuno Santos with a free kick, 5 minutes on the clock. Sporting coming forward then towards the back post. And Inacio scores the first goal of the game. I'm not sure how this is going to go down with the board if we lose and get knocked out of the Champions League against Sporting. 23 minutes now, we've got the ball with Danilo. Kostic on the left-hand side, cuts inside, back to Fagioli, and he loves scoring those goals, doesn't he? Fagioli on the edge of the box, trying to curl them into the top corner. This time hits the bar or post, but we do win ourselves a corner. Kostic is the man to take it. Where's it going to go? Towards Paul Pogba at the back post. Agate heads clear. Does Fagioli have really good long shots or something? Is that the reason why he seems to take them all the time? Because he does well with most of them. Chiesa, that's a straight red. Great, marvellous. We're 1-0 down and down to 10 men. Brilliant. Right, we're going to go for that for the short term. We're going to push Pogba over to the right-hand side. Or do we put him on the left? We'll put him on the left. He can play on the left, apparently. Kostic can go over to the right-hand side. Vlahovic leading the line by himself. That's frustrating. That is a ridiculously pointless tackle to do. Sporting have been all over us as well. Half-time then. It is 1-0. And it's been, I was going to say uneventful. It's not been uneventful at all. We've been terrible. They've been terrible. Chiesa has basically decided he doesn't want to play in this match and doesn't want to play in the next one either. Nuno Santos with the ball for Sporting down that left-hand side. We've done nothing, have we? We've had one shot through Fagioli, which we got a corner from. Hedl just about stops that one. Oh, my word. We're going to see the resulting corner as well. Nuno Santos, he seems to be doing everything. He seems to be their only player. It's cleared and Trincao on the volley goes over the bar. That would have been a wonderful goal if that went in. We are an hour in, and we have yet to have a shot on target. And we barely had any shots, if I'm honest. We're going to bring on Orsolini on the right-hand side. We are going to do Danso off for Sturgeon. I want to have a look. Fagioli, have you got long shots? 12 long shots. And what do you attempt to score? Looks to pass rather than attempting to score. He doesn't. He certainly doesn't. He loves long shots. Anyway, I think that's all we're going to do for the moment. The match stats are awful. We've had 4 shots in an hour and a half. In an hour and 5 minutes even, not an hour and a half. That's not how time works. Pogba back to Danilo. Now Fagioli. Pogba again on the left-hand side. Cuts inside. Fagioli with the ball. Goes for a run. He's lost out. And now here we go. Sporting with a bit of a counter-attack of their own. Trincao. Because Danilo left acres of space. De Sciglio clears not far enough though. Agate to Morita. Back to Coates. Is that how it's said? Or Coates? It's not Coates. It's definitely not Coates. Pedro Porro manages to just do 2 Juve players. And Agate almost finds the back of the net with that long-range effort. And that is another chance going Sporting's way. Pedro Porro's throw. It's all the way back to Coates. Did he used to play for Sunderland? Am I thinking of the right person there? Did they used to play for Sunderland? Left-hand side is Nuno Santos. He's going to go for a little run. Inacio, the goal scorer. Morita, ball forward. Trincao's in on goal, and it's going to be 2-0. And we have been thoroughly embarrassed by Sporting here. I'd like to say Chiesa getting sent off has been the problem, but I don't think it has. We've just been awful, just in every aspect of the game. We are going to do Danilo coming off because he's having a poor game. Mateus Vinha is going to come on. Pogba's going to come off because he can't play football, apparently. Do we do Vlahovic as well for nobody? We don't do Vlahovic. We'll do Fagioli for Locatelli, I think that's what we'll go for. So I think that's all of our subs. We've got, 20 minutes? 22 minutes maybe to try and salvage anything. We're 3-0 down. If there has ever been a time to throw the water bottle, it's now, right? It is definitely now. We've got 10 minutes left. Our best player on the pitch is Weston McKennie, and I don't think I've said his name once. Sporting have turned up and decided to be prime Barcelona, or prime Juventus, shall we say. So they've been absolutely ridiculous. We've been absolutely horrendous. And heads up, everybody, that was awful. You can't be anxious or annoyed or anything. You literally played the worst match of football you've ever played in your life. Right, Chaser, he's just been fined for how many weeks? A week's wages. I want to fine you 2 weeks, because you've cost us there. That was just ridiculously poor. I don't think I've seen us play that badly for a very, very long time. A 3-0 defeat. It's our first game where we haven't scored since playing Lazio back in October. That's ridiculous. We miss Milik, don't we? We really miss Milik. Right, we're now going to go forward to the Verona game. We're going to play Fiorentina off camera. Hopefully we can return back to winning ways. And then hopefully as well on camera we can beat Verona. And then we've got a massive mountain to climb against Sporting in the second leg. Match number 2 then against Verona at home. We managed to beat Fiorentina just. It was 3-2. We managed to actually win the game, and it was a winning goal by Danny Motta, of all people. So we luckily managed to pick up 3 points there. For the Verona game, it's going to be Hedl, Wrench, Bremer, Sturgeon and Vinha in defence. Sturgeon comes in because of suspensions to basically all our other defenders, which is kind of frustrating. McKennie and Locatelli in midfield. Chaser, I'm not sure we're giving him a chance as that right winger. He has annoyed me, and he has been very bad his last 5 games, but we're going to give him a chance. Kostic, Vlahovic and Milik up front for this. We need Milik because he's the one that scores the goals, and I guess must get some assists as well. 3. He's got 3 assists. Okay, we still need Milik. So obviously, in terms of this episode, the last match we played, we were very bad. In terms of the whole Football Manager save, the last match we played actually wasn't terrible at all. Verona play a 4-4-2. Nice. Okay, it's very Italian 90, that, isn't it? That's very Italian to play a 4-4-2, but here we go. Straight into the first highlight as well. Coppola plays it across to his centre-back partner. Are we going to nick this ball early? We do. Mateus Vinha's the man to steal this ball away. Down the left-hand side. Needs some support on the ground. Kostic is there. 3 in the box. Kostic weaves his way through. Chaser's shot is blocked. Vlahovic somehow manages to nick that back. Fair enough. His cross isn't the best, and Verdi can get that clear. There wasn't really a highlight there. It was exciting, but there wasn't really a highlight. Kostic's free kick comes in at the back post, and Federico Chiesa is there. I mean, I was saying before we kicked off that I'm giving him a chance. You must have listened. He has taken that chance. He has taken the lead as well from the free kick. Kostic straight to the back post. Chiesa leaps highest, makes it 1-0. It is Verona. It's not one of the better teams in the league. They are definitely down the wrong end of the table. They're not bottom, I don't think. No, they're 16th place currently, so they're struggling. Half an hour on the clock, and Verona have equalised. Lazovic is the man to do so. What's going on? We can't defend at the moment. His 50th career league goal. He's probably about 41. He's 32, so I wasn't actually that far off. Right, we need a goal from this. Kostic is taking it. Wrong player. We need a right footer taking that one from that position, not a left footer. I need to sort my free kicks out because I don't think I've done it yet. If we had a right-footed player taking that free kick, that would have been nestled in the top corner, and we would have the lead once again. We've got 2 minutes left to play the first half. Milik doesn't rise highest. Bremer, though, surging forward from centre-back, nicks that away. Chaser on the right-hand side. 4 in the box. If he can just pass it across. He was trying to go for goal himself. Bremer's collected it. Going to hopefully keep this alive. Wrench, ball forward. Vlahovic controls it. Somebody try and cross it. He's eventually tried. Chaser to McKennie. And oh my word, McKennie's hit the underside of the bar. 40 seconds left to play of injury time. Bremer's headed effort goes over the bar. We're looking like the better team, but the scoreline does not say that. Straight into the second half, I'm looking at, it's our strikers. Milik and Vlahovic on a 6-6 and a 6-5. Locatelli's on a 6-5 as well in the middle of the pitch. So the key players, I say key players, key positions, aren't playing particularly well. Central midfield and centre forward. And the second half is uneventful, to say the least. 70 minutes, and we've got the first highlight of the second half. Sturgeon was the man to take it. Locatelli to Bremer. Sturgeon wasn't the man to take it. Sturgeon got the ball from Hedl in goal. Wrench to Bremer. We're passing it around the defence at the moment. So I don't think we're quite sure how to get past the Verona team. Vlahovic, who's sat very deep for a striker. Why are you so far back? We've got, like, fullbacks further ahead than our actual striker. Bremer to McKennie. Now Vlahovic again. He's running around doing some lovely footwork, but he's kind of out of position all the time. It's through ball. It's Milik. It's fallen for Kostic. And Filip Kostic is there. We have retaken the lead. We got lucky. The keeper spilled it. Kostic there mopping up the pieces. It was a weird highlight. It was a very slow build, and then all of a sudden, wrench to Chaser, through ball to Milik. Good save from the keeper. Kostic can basically react the quickest, can't he? Nick the ball. Even though Milik was involved in that goal, he is coming off. We're going to bring on Moise Keane, who missed the Sporting game as well due to injury, much like, who was it, Wrench? Or, I don't know, someone missed it through injury. Can't remember. It was literally minutes ago. That's how bad my memory is. Locatelli is going to come off as well for Nicola Fagioli. We'll just do those 2 subs for the moment. I don't think we need to do much. We just need to take our chances. We're getting the chances. We've had 11 shots, now 12 shots, but only the 2 goals to show for it. Vlahovic with a free kick from a long way out. A very good save from the keeper. We win a corner. Kostic is going to go over to take it from the right-hand side. Left-footed from one of our older players. And I don't like the fact that he's one of our older players, but he does quite well when he plays. It's Bremer with the ball. Fagioli plays it back. Kostic can control it. Back to Weston McKennie. Chaser facing away from goal. Goes, I don't want that one. Gives it back to McKennie. And that was that highlight as well. So we've been the better team. We've definitely been the better team. Sturdew comes forward and can't get there. It's cleared. We need to get there first. Kevin Lasagna's got it. Kevin Lasagna through ball. Sturdew is the man to pick up the pieces. Plays it back as well. Gets it from Vigna. Now McKennie. Are we going to actually have a highlight in this? We've got 4 minutes of injury time. We're 40 seconds in. So there's still plenty of time for Verona to find an equaliser, or ideally, us to find a third. Vlahovic is in on goal. It's a good save from the keeper. I'd argue that their keeper is one of their better players on the pitch at the moment. He's playing quite well, even though he's conceded twice. And arguably, he was at fault for the Kostic goal. Corner comes in. It's Fagioli. I think he's pushed somebody. He has pushed somebody. So that is going to end that highlight dead. And actually, that's going to end the game dead as well. It is a 2-1 victory against Verona, not the most convincing. The subs seemed to do the job. When we did the changes, we suddenly became a slightly better team, I think. Kostic with the winning goal. Chaser as well, getting on the score sheet. Awesome. Oh, and because of that, we've just paid Frankfurt £2.6 million as well for Kostic. Didn't realise that was a thing. I don't think it's a problem. I don't think it's a problem. It is a problem. We've got minus £23 million. What? Why did we start the season with minus £153 million? Is that a thing? I did not know that was a thing. We've gone forward a few more days and something massive has happened. We've just played our match against Cremonese and beaten them 6-0. Vlahovic with 5 of the goals. Fagioli also on the score sheet. But the bigger news, realistically, Atalanta beating Napoli. Which means, annoyingly, Atalanta have kind of closed the gap on us. There's only 3 points, but we do have a game in hand. But we have also closed the gap now on Napoli to be only 3 points. We are playing Napoli fairly soon, I think. It's going to be in the next episode. So yeah, we're playing Sporting next, then it's Atalanta, then it's Napoli. We might need to play both of those games in the next episode. So depending on what happens here, it depends on what's going on in the next episode. It's all of a sudden got very interesting. We could find ourselves top of the table very quickly. Right, back on the Champions League then. Sporting, obviously, this time around, we are going to be at home. It is going to be Hedl in goal, Wrench, Bremer, Danso and De Sciglio in defence, McKennie and Locatelli, Orsolini, Kostic, Vlahovic and Milik up front. Because of Chaser's suspension, he obviously misses out. But we've also got some other kind of concerns. They're not massive concerns. Matai Perrin is currently injured, so we have our 4th choice goalkeeper on the subs bench. Hopefully we don't need to bring him on, because he's not very good. We've also got Danis Ceballos out injured. I believe Pogba was injured, but I think he's okay now. So he did have a virus. He's back on the bench. Not that we're going to use him. So obviously a huge turnaround is needed here. We need to win at least 3-0. If we can see the goal at all, I'd argue it's game over. They're still playing the very defensive formation, which I'm wondering whether we need to look at doing that. Basically trying to come up with a tactic, or even an out-of-the-box tactic, which is like a low block, kind of like they've got. Danso's in on goal. Kevin Danso's almost scored a goal in the Champions League. It's cleared. Vlahovic is going to keep it alive, hopefully. Locatelli pass forward. The highlight ends. The first highlight goes our way, and it was awfully close. We've got the ball again, still under 15 minutes on the clock. Vlahovic is not going to get there first, and now Sporting can come forward with the ball. Pedro. It's Pedro Goncalves, finds Matheus Reis on that left-hand side, stops being pressured by Wrench, but can keep hold of the ball. De Sciglio intercepts, that's good. Kostic back to De Sciglio. 15 minutes, 20 seconds or so on the clock. Kevin Danso, I want a goal from you today. I can feel it in my bones. Kostic is going to go for a run back to Danso. We're trying to break our way through that Sporting team. Wrench collects it. He's going for a direct run. McKennie, big lump upfield to nobody. That was a questionable pass from McKennie. Kostic, can he keep it alive? Can maybe. I don't think it was Kostic, actually. He can cross it in. Milik to Vlahovic, and Vlahovic tucks the ball away. We're getting VAR, but the linesman's flag did not go up, so it is going to be 1-0. In case you haven't realised, that's how you know if it's going to be a goal, because the linesman doesn't put his flag up. If he puts his flag up and you get VAR, he's offside. 1 down, 2 more to go. We have started brightly. Can we turn this around? It is Sporting with the ball, though, in the middle of the pitch. We're putting a lot of pressure on them, which is what we want to be doing. That's how we seem to be playing at the moment. Paulinho to Agate. Right-hand side is Pedro Porro. Loads of space to run into. De Sciglio could not be bothered. Danso comes over to cover. It's over the bar. De Sciglio just let him run past, didn't he? Pedro Porro again with the ball. Locatelli with a decent slide. Are we going to nick this away? Or is Sporting going to get themselves another chance? It's in the middle. Paulinho's there. First time shot is wide of Heddle's post. So we started well. And now Sporting are just kind of getting back into the game, which is kind of frustrating. Paulinho with it. We've nicked it and passed it straight to one of their players. Matheus Reis again on that left-hand side. Bremer forward with a head. McKennie to Orsolini. Over the top towards Milik. Milik's going to get there first to Kostic. And Filip Kostic is there. Makes it 2-0 on the 34th minute. That was superb. Absolutely superb from Milik there. If you watch him, any natural finisher, natural goal scorer, would go, now that's mine, but he just passed it. Saw Kostic was in a better position, passed it across, it's 2-0. At some point, they are going to surely change that formation, which could be the end of the game for them. If they change it to be slightly more attacking, we might find additional space. They've almost scored. It hits the outside of the post, goes wide. We have the 2-0 lead at halftime, 3-2 to Porto, though, on the overall match. We need to do something. We are a better team. Do more. Score more goals. I say we need to do something. We're doing what we need to do. If we can win the second half 2-0, it's game over. Vlahovic with a free kick, 52nd minute. Kevin Danso's there, and Danso this time just over the bar. He heard me when I said I wanted him to score, and he's definitely trying. De Sciglio with a throw at 10 minutes into the second half. Kostic, now Locatelli back to Kostic. Tries to get some space for himself outside of the left foot. Tried to curl that into the top corner, but it goes wide. Are we going to regret some of those chances where we're trying to do something a little bit more special than perhaps we need? We just need another goal. We need a third goal. Potentially another chance until McKennie just kicks the ball straight into one of their players and nicks it back. Hold on. Kostic to Milik, takes a touch into the keeper's face, and it is cleared. Another golden opportunity is missed. Final 10 minutes. Right, this is a questionable thing to do. Vlahovic off. Moise Keane coming on. Everyone's overwhelmed by the feedback. Feedback, by the way, that my assistant manager does, so I'm not taking blame for that one. 3 changes then. Keane, Motta, Fagioli for Locatelli, Vlahovic and Orsolini. Not necessarily in that order. We've got 10 minutes or less than 10 minutes to find a third goal. And it's not coming. We've pushed to attacking. We've got to highlight Milik. It's the 90th minute. Kevin Danso's in. Danso's gone down. It's a penalty. It's a penalty. Danso has potentially won a penalty in the 90th minute. We're getting VAR. Is it a penalty? It is a penalty. Oh my word. Milik is the man. Arkadiusz Milik steps up to take the penalty to equalise the tie. Milik steps up, blasts it into the back of the net. It is 3-0 on the night. 3-3 on aggregate. Kevin Danso, the man of the hour, winning the penalty. It's not over. It's not over. We're going to go extra time. We should have scored more. We genuinely should have won by more, but we are going to go into extra time. What do? I keep working. Sure, keep working hard. We probably need to do some fitness changes. McKennie's coming off for Leonardo Paredes, a player, by the way, who I never really play. He started 3 matches all season because he's too old and he's not ours, and I don't want to sign him on a permanent deal, so we're not playing him. Do we just do Paredes? Looking at Wrench, he probably needs to come off. We'll do Danilo as well, actually. Do we also do Kostic? Can we do Kostic? Yes, we can. That's all of our changes. Right, we're also going to go back to just positive because I feel like being on attacking is a bad idea. I have just brought on Paul Pogba as a left winger, which might not necessarily be the best idea. Nothing's really happening in extra time, which means we might be going to penalties if it stays this way. Sporting with a free kick. Braganza forward, finds Agate in the centre circle. Edwards off to Reese on that left-hand side. Danilo, the sub, steals it away. Danny Motta, he can go for a little run. A little mazy run in towards the centre of the pitch. Paul Pogba, ball forward. Milik's in on goal. And Milik makes it 4-0 on the night. 4-3 on aggregate. We have potentially turned this around from the most abysmal performance at the start of this episode to the most majestic performance at the end. Do we shut up shop? I mean, I'm not going to. I'm just going to keep going. I want to kind of... I don't like defending. Defending's... It's for amateurs. Amateurs defend. We just try and score more than the opposition. The second half of injury time or extra time has been uneventful, to say the least. The full-time whistle goes, and somehow we have gone through after losing the first leg 3-0. We lost 3-0. We win the second leg 4-0. A 90th minute penalty from Milik to basically send it to extra time. What a performance. A perfect 10 for Milik. 2 goals, 2 assists. The fans want a permanent deal struck for him. Well, good news, fans. That is happening. He is joining on a permanent deal in the summer. If we take a look then at competitions, we are through to the Champions League quarterfinals. It is the quarterfinals that we are through to. When is the draw? How do we know when the draw is? On the 17th of the 3rd. 2 days' time. So, we are going to go forward to that. And then we're going to play Atalanta and Napoli in the next episode. There's a lot going on. So for the Champions League draw then, I've done the proper draw, even though I don't like them. Like, they look fancy and everything, but I just want to know the answers. We've got, what's his name? Is it Fernando? Fernando Hierro is the man to take us through it. Former Barcelona? Is he former Barcelona? Former Real Madrid. I'm apologising now, because people are now going to shout at me and hate me. So, teams that we can play, they're all pretty good, and Tottenham. So if you just press play, you just have to kind of wait for that little circle to go round. So Barcelona is the first team out of the hat, and Fernando Hierro, the former Barcelona man, obviously, is probably quite happy with that. Going to be playing... seriously? Why? Just do that. Right, okay, Real Madrid. Wow. Okay, that's a big tie for the quarterfinals. It is Juventus. Who are we going to be playing then? All the English sides and Atletico Madrid. We're the only non-Spanish or non-English team in the competition still. And we are up against nobody? We got Man City. It didn't even tell us who we drew. We've got Man City. Okay, that's not ideal. I mean, I do quite like this, but also at the same time, it doesn't really add anything, does it? It just says that we've won the Champions League twice. Man City have never won it, but they've been the runner-up. And we're both currently sat second place in our league. So, sure. Well, Man City. Great. That's going to be easy. Also, if we beat Man City, we're going to play Atletico Madrid or Liverpool. I didn't see the point in going through the whole draw nonsense again. And then obviously after that, it's going to be the finals. So then, with that in mind, next episode, what do we even do? Do we do that as an episode and then that as an episode? I feel like we might have to. So next episode, we do need to look at Atalanta, Napoli, and I guess Lazio. So that's what we're going to do. Thank you very much for watching this one. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll be back next time with more Juventus. And hopefully we might be back top of the table. I say back, we've not been there for a while. Thanks for watching.